What's going on, family? Welcome to another episode of Melinated Righteousness. You know what I'm saying? Where we believe that doing what's right is right. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let me see if I can. Okay. I had a topic that I wanted to address. You know what I'm saying? I know it's been a little minute since I made a video, but please, if this is your first time watching, please like the video. Feel free to leave a comment. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to watch more videos, or maybe rewatch something, or watch something that I made in the past. You can share the video with your friends. And yeah, so what I like to do on Melinated Righteousness' channel is I like to do what I call a public awareness announcement. You know what I'm saying? And for this video, I want to do a public awareness announcement on the state of blackness, or looking at the plight of blackness in America. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we have a movement going by ADOS, you know, and I'm in support of them. But what I want to talk about right now is how are we on as a whole, look at the black community as a whole in the United States. Because we if you will, we still have our own internal issues going on. Some would say it's from post-traumatic stress disorder. You know, some would say we have mental illness issues still going on from being traumatized, and you know, with all of the bias treatment that we get from mainstream America. So this is why I want to do this video. I mean, we have a lot of videos going out there now, and I don't knock them. You know what I'm saying? They're talking about, you know, the black man and the black woman. You know, why this or that. You know what I'm saying? As far as becoming couples, or you know, things like that, and I don't have an issue with that. But I want to talk about is our state as a whole, because we still seem to have, or still seem to take issue with each other, when we have been like the bottom class, or the people who've been mistreated in this country for centuries, you know. And is, you know what I'm saying, it's like we are paying our homage or our alliance to our oppressors, not only by maybe going against the grain, but just in attacking each other. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why you would do that. You know what I'm saying? That's almost like saying that and we're gonna leave color out of this one. That's just like saying a drunk driver, you know, he goes down the road, he's driving in a Chrysler, and he hits a young kid, and then the people are all outraged and say that it's Chrysler's fault. You know, they shouldn't have been making cars, and then this kid wouldn't have got killed. It's like, how do we come to this resolve? You know, we have had, laws in this country, written to to undermine us and keep us as an underclass. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to just look at it from a national perspective in that sense of what the laws are saying. If you were to look at the laws that were written against black people in this country as a humanist, or someone that's just that's full-fledged stand up for human rights, this would be immoral. It's like, how are you saying, no matter what country you're in, how are you saying that these people are not human, and they reproduce just like you? How are you saying these people are inhuman when they had their own country that they were living in before you wanted to enslave them? How are you, so not only was, laws written against us were unjust from this country's perspective, which they, very rarely acknowledge. From a humanistic point, it's all out of whack. You wanna say that these people aren't full people. Then you wanna write other laws. Well, you can't. They can't own property. They can't vote. You can't be educated and all this type of stuff. And yeah, out of all of these things, we, black people as a whole, we are the ones that suffer from these things. We have the media, which, they're just, it almost seems like they're at a all-out war against the black man, and we are always being depicted as not being able to, make good judgment calls, or just things of that nature. So what I'm saying is that we need to come together. You know what I'm saying? When you look at the male incarceration rate, you know what I'm saying, as not even being the highest, or you know what I'm saying, in in a in numbers, or a majority in this country. Even as black people, we're not a majority, but yet we have more black men being locked up than the majority. And so when you start looking at these things, you start to see that we are being our own enemies sometimes when we start coming against each other. It's like we gotta stop this, and it's almost to the point where we're seeing this thing in its full stages. It's like some communities, yeah, they have a little therapy going on there, and some people are, you know what I'm saying, they have the means to educate and facilitate, you know what I'm saying, certain things which I feel like we face as a whole across this nation. But unfortunately, those, you know what I'm saying, those resources aren't in every community. You know what I'm saying? So then what do these people do? you know what I'm saying, it's like being mad or frustrated is one thing, but when you're, you know what I'm saying, not able to come to an agreement, or without being able to communicate with your own people, I mean, that should like be a, you know what I'm saying, that should be like the least basic thing that you would want to do. Is like, well, I know I'm not a millionaire, but at least I do have peace with my neighbors. You know what I'm saying? That's like, we know we've been mistreated, and so we don't care. You know what I'm saying? It's like we just go all out against one another. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like one of those old time movies, you know, where the parent and the child are going to the corner store, and the child sees something that he or she may want, and you know, the parents say, no, you can't have that. You know, maybe they can't afford it, or for whatever reason they say, no, you can't have that. And so then the adult pays for whatever they're buying, and then they say, come on, let's go. And then the child is so distraught, you know, they're just on the floor in the store crying. And then here comes maybe an old school teacher, a white school teacher, and then they come in and say, what's wrong? What's wrong? And then the child points at the item or something that they wanted out of the store, maybe a toy, and then the white teacher, they buy the toy for the child, and then send the child on his way. Now you go, and you have fun, or whatever. So then the child it's like the child doesn't know, but a seed is like a seed that's been planted in their brain, you know. So then the adult, you know, they're talking like normal and everything. They see the child ain't listening. Oh, why they ain't listening? They got the airplane or whatever, just like, okay, so somebody must be got them the airplane. So, but it's like in the back of that child's mind, it's like, you know, maybe as they grow older, it's like, well, maybe my parents aren't always right all the time. You know, I may not can do nothing about what they're saying right now, but I don't know if they're, you know, have better judgment than maybe even me. And so then when you get that going on one hand, and then you got white supremacy on the other hand, grooming the child and all this kind of stuff, then you start seeing, you know, where the division comes in the community. Whereas, okay, the child may have made it out and made a success out of their lives, but what about the other 150 students that they graduated with? You know what I'm saying? That's maybe 10 or 15 of them been locked up before they even see graduation. You know what I'm saying? And some of them, you know what I'm saying, may not even be alive anymore, and to that effect, you know what I'm saying? So this is why we reach out and reach back to our community. You know what I'm saying? It's not nothing about, you know, trying to be a show off or anything, you know. And so it's like we have this thing where the black man is looked upon as scum, you know what I'm saying, and then the black woman is like, you know what I'm saying, they're like the dominant society tells her, it's like, well, hey, you just do what you want to do, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, you don't need no man and all this kind of stuff. So but I'm not bashing anyone. Please don't, you know what I'm saying, take it as that, you know, but it's just, you know, when you see, you know what I'm saying, the attacks coming in, you know what I'm saying, it's horrible, you know, and that's not saying that, you know, men are all, black men are angels, you know what I'm saying, because we, you know, black men do some wrong things as well, but I'm just talking about us as a community, you know what I'm saying, and how we, you know what I'm saying, going to continue to, you know, survive, if you will, in this country, and, you know what I'm saying, continue to, you know, pass down, you know what I'm saying, our knowledge and, you know what I'm saying, wisdom to the next generation. So, yes, I am in, you know what I'm saying, support of reparations. So, you know what I'm saying, it's like, like wine is good, you know what I'm saying, to make merry or whatever, and money answers all things. You know what I'm saying? So when when you are when you're financially stable, it's good. It's easier, I mean, to get along, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, don't worry, you know, problem, you know. But when you struggling and everybody around you is struggling and you got this, you know, people in your community with mental illness and people dealing with post-traumatic stress and stuff that they done been through that they never, you know, have gotten any therapy or counseling about or anything like that, then this is what we get. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, you know what I'm saying, I'm still, you know, down with the community. I'm still, you know, fight for, you know what I'm saying, for our well-being, you know. So, you know what I'm saying, you can, you know, get your passion on and talk back to the TV or or the video or whatever. Feel free to leave your comments, and I'll talk to you next time. All right, guys, take care.